Welcome back, everybody. So, today we are going to do the addition and the subtraction of fractions. Now, when we add or subtract fractions, we can only do that if we have the same denominator. That is very important. And then the rest is so easy. Okay. So, a 3 over 5 plus 1 over 3. If we have to do that and add those two fractions, we have to first find a common denominator. So we call this, if they don't have the same denominator, we first find the LCD. So this is the same as the lowest common multiple, but we refer to it as the LCD, or the lowest common denominator. Cool. So in this case, and every time I'm giving this to you to explain the rest, but if you want to check it, you can pause and find out for yourself whether this is correct. Cool. So the LCD, the lowest common denominator of 5 and 3 is 15. Okay. So then we're going to say 3 over 5. So in order to get from 5 to 15, we multiply the denominator by 3 and we multiply the numerator by 3. And that will give us 9 over 15. And then on the other side, the third, in order to get from 3 to 15, we have to multiply the denominator by 5 as well as the numerator. So that will give us 5 over 15. So now we can add it up. So it's got 9 over 15 plus 5 over 15, and the answer is 14 over 15. So easy. Right. Let's do another example. The lowest common denominator for 8 and 3 is 24. And we have to subtract a third from 5 over 8. There is our sum. Okay. So again, to get from 8 to 24, we're going to multiply the bottom by 3 as well as the top. And then we're going to subtract that a third, and to get from the 3 to the 24, we have to multiply top and bottom by 8. So that will then give us 15. 5 times 3 is 15 over 24 minus 8 over 24. This will give us 7 over 24. Very important. We can only work with addition and subtraction when we have a common denominator. Right. So now we have a mixed number. So what do we do? First, that is the next thing. First, we write the mixed number as an improper fraction. Then our problem is solved, because then we have the denominators at the bottom with no whole numbers in between. So it's 3 and the 7th minus a half. So the lowest common denominator for 7 and 2 is 14, right? So now first we're going to change this into an improper fraction. So again, 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 is 22. So we've got 22 over 7 minus a half. So to get from 7 to 14, we're going to multiply 2 of 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top. And to get from 2 to 14, we're going to multiply the bottom by 7 and the top by 7, the denominator and the numerator. So that will give us 22 times 2, 44, 2 times 7, 14. A half, 7 times 1 is 7 over 14. That's easy. 44 minus 7, 44 over 14 minus 7 over 14 is going to give us 37 over 14. But we started with a mixed number. We're going to go back to a mixed number. So 37 over 14 will give us 2 and 9 over 14. Okay, right. Oh, I'm going to first give you a word problem. So, while taking part in a bicycle race, Michael only manages to cycle 4/5 of the way, and his father managed to complete 9/11th of the race. So now they ask us, who rode farthest? Okay. So now don't get thrown by these odd fractions. So what is the first question we ask ourselves? When you solve word problems, which involves fractions, it is important to first identify which operations are required. Now let's think, what do you think we have to do? Let's read it again. They're taking part in a bicycle race. Michael only manages 4/5 of the way, and his father 9/11th. So who rode the farthest? And if you work this one, you can stop and think, or if you decided that we need to compare these two fractions, you're 100% correct, right? Which one is smaller or larger or equal to? Remember that one? Right. So our lowest common denominator is 55 of 5 and 11. So what we're going to do, 4/5 of the way, to get 5 to 55, we're going to multiply 5 by 11 and 4 by 11. And to get 9/11th to 55, we're going to multiply the bottom and the top by 5. So this will give us 4 times 11, 44, 5 times 11, 55. And then this fraction, 9 times 5 is 45, 11 times 5 is 55. So that's so easy to see. So 44/55 is just smaller than 45/55. So go back to our original fraction. That means 4/5 is shorter distance than 9/11th. Now remember our question. Let's go back to our question. They ask us, who rode farthest, right? So if we do a proper answer, we're going to say, so Michael's father drove further. Cool. Right. Let's do your turn. I want you to pause then, do it, and then we're going to discuss it. At the local shop, John spends 1/3 of his money on milk and 2/5 of his money on bread and 1/9 on a lollipop. So now they ask us, A, what fraction of John's money did he spend in the local shop? And what fraction of John's money does he have left? So pause and read the questions carefully. So the first one is, what fraction of John's money did he spend in the local shop? So what do you think we have to do? If you do have a problem on the previous slide, remember you have to add all the fractions to establish the fraction of John's money that he spent. Okay? So you first have to add it to find out how much he spent, part of his money he spent. And then for the second part of the question, what fraction of John's money does he have left? Then you just have to subtract the answer from the whole to find out how much he's got left. Okay, so I want you to stop and do it, and then we're going to do it together. Right. So first, we have the 3 fractions. Can you still remember? 1/3, 2/5, and 1/9. Okay, so let's say we've got 2/3, we've got 1/5, 2/5, and 1/9. Okay, so our lowest common denominator for 3, 5, and 9, I hope you managed to find that, is 45. So if you did not get that, then yes, we just stop and just check your answers, okay? So now we have to turn this all into fraction with 45 at as the denominator. So again, to get, I think I'm mistaken here. I just want to check again. Is 1/3 and 2/5. Yes. So I'm sure you saw that I made a mistake. So I think I can erase this. Oh, look how smart this is. And then I'm going to say this is 1/3 and 2/5 and 1/9. Okay. So now we're going to have to get this to 45. So to get 3 to 45, we're going to multiply it by 15. And then we've got 2/5, and to get from 5 to 45, remember your multiplication chart, times 9. And then to get 9 to 45, we're going to multiply it times 5. So what are we going to sit with? 15/45, 18/45, and 5/45. So we're going to add this together, and we are going to get, it's easy, look, see how easy it is. We're going to say 15 times 5 is much easier. It's 20, so 20 plus 18 is 38/45. Okay, so we now know the first part of our answer is what fraction, am I at the right? Yeah, what fraction of John's money did he spend on the local shop? We know the answer now is 38/45. But remember, they ask us, what fraction has he got left? So now this was A. So B, we have to then subtract 1, that is the whole. We have to subtract 38/45 from 1. Now, in order to do that, what are we going to do with the 1? Yes, we put it into a fraction as if it's 45/45 minus 38/45, and that is going to give us 7/45. So we are going to give the answer to the first question, the fraction of John's money that he spent in the local shop was 38/45, and the fraction of John's money does he have that was left afterwards then was 7/45. Isn't this fun to work with numbers like this? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. See you next time.